One things I want to clarify, before we go for accounting of Cenvat, we require to learn friends what is Cenvat credit and how it is coming up. It means initial 15-20 minutes friends, we should have to learn Cenvat credit rules. Yes, absolutely it is excise and friends revision of excise we can say, but if you not learn excise, for you it is totally new aspect of Cenvat credit rules. Once we get basic understanding on Cenvat credit rules, then after we think about accounting portion. You say, sir, okay, now what is further? So I just give you indication, okay, Cenvat credit is nothing but if you paid excise duty on the raw material, then that excise duty amount available as a credit when excise duty payable on finished goods, means indirectly government try to eliminate cascading effect of taxation, means double taxation, because already excise duty paid on what friends, raw material. So when excise duty payable on finished goods, whatever excise duty already paid on raw material, that is available as credit. Or you know very well, value added concept we already learned, where we take friends whatever value added create, on that we take taxation, that is VAT, value added taxation. So Cenvat, I tell you, it is way to VAT but still not reached to VAT, that's why we name as Cenvat. There, just take it for example, on finished goods 100 rupees, if 10 rupees excise duty and raw material 10 rupees you paid, in that 2 rupees excise duty, so whatever 10 rupees you require to pay on the finished goods, in that 2 rupees you take the credit and net 8 rupees you should have to pay. Okay, it means whatever excise duty we paid on raw material, that is available as credit, and net amount we paid on the finished goods. Okay, now you ask me question, okay sir, what is source of Cenvat credit, from how many place we can get the Cenvat credit? So I tell you basically three rules or three resources you should have to remember friend. First, direct material, which is used for manufacturing of chargeable goods friends. Number two, indirect material, which is not directly used but it is support to the production system. And number three, capital goods, means fixed assets which is purchased and used for chargeable goods. Then friends, Cenvat credit is available. Now one rules keep in your minds, if you purchase any raw material and that raw material used for exempt goods which is not chargeable under excise, then I tell you Cenvat credit is not available. First, fourth most condition is that finished goods must be friends accessible or you can chargeable, then and then Cenvat credit can be possible. Okay, how many source I am talking to you friends? Raw material use for manufacturing of finished goods, indirect raw material use, and third, that is capital assets or goods used for manufacturing of accessible goods or you can say chargeable goods. But for capital goods, I want to clarify one thing, whatever excise duty you paid, out of that 50% credit available in the first year and remaining 50% credit available in the next coming year. Okay, it means full 100% credits not available in the first year, remaining 50% credit available in the second year. Okay. Next item you remember friends, when goods coming to your premises, then and then friends Cenvat credit is available. If goods in transit, even invoice received to you, Cenvat credit is not possible. So you can enter your RJ23 credit friends only and only if goods reach to your premises. So if any goods in transit, then you should have to transfer that much amount to Cenvat credit defer account. The day on which that goods received to your premises, that friends Cenvat credit defer accounts would be credit and Cenvat receivable accounts would be what friend? Debit. Okay. Now friends, if you purchase raw material, then how to record this raw material? So always friends, now we follow net methods. Net methods mean we record our excise part friends separately, what you paid on the raw material. Under accounting standard 2 friends, cost of acquisition definition explain this, any duties you paid on the purchase of raw material and which is refundable, then friends it would not includes under purchase cost or cost of acquisition. Just for example, I tell you, if you paid 10 rupees for purchase of raw material, and friends, in that 2 rupees is excise duty, then purchase we record with 8 rupees. Cenvat receivable we are debiting friend 2 rupees to cash or bank, and creditors means purchase we record net, not gross value. Understood? Yes. Whatever excise duty you paid, that we debit to Cenvat receivable accounts, or you can say Cenvat credit receivable accounts. Same way, if you purchase the fixed assets, friends, rules remain same. There also, friends, fixed assets required to be recorded at net value. Why? Because cost of acquisition definition of accounting standard 10 also explain that any duty is refundable, then it is not included in the cost of acquisition. And once Cenvat credit available, we can say that duty is refundable, and that's why you cannot include in the cost of acquisition. For example, I tell you friends, 1 lakh rupees one assets you purchase, and in that 1 lakh rupees assets, 80,000 is the net cost and 20,000 is excise. Then friends, we record fixed assets with 80,000. Whatever 20,000 excise, out of that 50% credit available in the first year, so we debit friends Cenvat receivable with 10,000, and remaining 50% credit available in the next year, so we debit Cenvat credit defer accounts. Yes, next year these Cenvat credit defer accounts would be converted into Cenvat receivable. Understood these things? Okay. After this much explanation, let me clarify friends, under section 145A of income tax, it is given raw material valuation includes excise. But you know very well, under AS2 given excise is not included in the raw material cost. So this clarity we want. Second things I want to convey, when you do finished goods valuation, at the time excise duty always includes. Why? Because I tell you, excise duty chargeable at the time of manufacturing, but payable at the time of dispatch. Yes, rate we should have to decide at the time of what friend? Dispatch, but chargeability at the time of manufacturing. So remember these rules of excise. Excise duty always chargeable at what friend? Manufacturing. So one goods manufactured and lying at your premises, in that excise duty includes. Yes, you ask me question, sir, rate still not decided. No problems, whatever rate exists on that date, according to that you create the provisions and include this much amount to the what friend? Finished goods valuation. Yes, when dispatch at the time actual rate can be difference, so difference amount with provisions we adjust into profit and loss accounts. So these things just clarify, and there is no conflict between income tax and AS2 for finished goods valuation. Both the place excise duty includes, but for raw material AS2 suggests excise duty not includes. 145A of income tax suggests excise duty includes. Understood? Okay. Now friends, little bit extension on this part. Let me understood how this excise portion would be exactly work. So I tell you, if you purchase or produce something friends, then that items you sell to someone, so you prepare one invoice. In that invoice you should have to write down this much excise duty is payable on my finished goods. After that you should have to write down in that invoice friends, my opening balance of Cenvat credit receivable is this much, and I am utilizing that much credit in this invoice, and closing balance is this. Means in RJ23 register ready-made credits is available, so I should have to write down my opening balance of RJ23 register is this much credit from this credit register I am using, and closing balance of RJ23 register is this much. But you ask me question, sir, whatever excise duty payable on finished goods, for that sufficient credit not available in RJ23 register, then what to do? Then I clarify friends, we should have to make the payment from bank accounts, and that accounts we name as a PL account, means personal ledger accounts. What is this accounts? So we just deposit in our bank as per the instruction of excise department one specific amount. On that basis friends, excise department give you approval for production. So whatever amount you deposit in the bank accounts, that accounts we name as a PL accounts, and time to time whatever duty is payable from that accounts, that much government remit from these accounts to their own accounts, means government.